Hello viewers, welcome to County Longford's response to Ireland Reads Day. My name is Noel Monaghan. I'm a poet and playwright. I was born in Granard, County Longford. I have 8 published collections of poetry and 12 of my plays have been staged. I now live in Cavan. My love of reading started at an early age. I vividly recall the Latin lines, Tolle, Lege, take up and read. It was something that I heard as a first year when I started secondary school. It seems that St. Augustine in the long ago was listening and writing, and all of a sudden he heard a child say in the distance, Tolle, Lege, take up and read. And that's what we're asking you to do today. Take up a book in your hand and read it. Over the next few minutes, I will read a number of new poems written during the lockdown. I will start with The Theatre of COVID-19. It hardly needs an introduction. It was written in the early days of the lockdown. The Theatre of COVID-19. A sudden silence, an unexpected turn of events. Everything stops. The world shuts down. Words fail to catch their breath. The COVID plague is now live theatre. All one big drama played out on the streets, in homes, hospitals and care homes. No rehearsals. The plague is now protagonist. Actors and audience are one in this human tragedy. We no longer walk the streets. We lick our wounds at home. Afraid to look at one another, we peep round the gable to see if the postman is coming. Many of us go to bed early, get up late. Litany of words said over and over again. Repeat after me. Wash your hands, sneeze into the triangle of your elbow. Stay inside, don't come out. The 6 o'clock news, the drama and plague continues. The streets are empty, lines of closed coffins file past in lorries. More words peer out of the American president's mouth. We can see our illness now more closely. Frenzied priests dance after mass and it goes viral on the internet. Our grandchildren stay outside, press their tiny hands against a window pane. Carnival figures in masks make for eerie street theatre. We undress our souls, sanitize our phones. Nouns and verbs are slow to mix. A poem sleeps. Now we hear the true sound of words, not words as things, but words as sounds. Now listen to the chaos of all creation. Poetry caught in the song of a pigeon's beat of its wings, somewhere between heaven and earth. However tragic the theatre of COVID-19 may be and may have been, there's always the bright side. In March, our grandchild Lila was born, and the title of this poem is The Light of Our Lives. The Light of Our Lives, for Lila, born on the 12th of March 2020. I arrived on a COVID cloudy day, but I'm becoming more myself by the hour. I can breathe, and I can eat. I have feelings in my feet. Every now and then I raise a howl, mumble, grimace, routine release of wind. I'm outwardly looking, beyond the minutes and hours, beyond the colours of flowers on the patio. I love all this pampering from my mum and dad, my brothers and sister. And I know my blue eyes make my grandparents smile. But for the moment, I'm looking at gentle sleep flowing down from the hills and trees. Sleep beyond the lull of birdsong in the garden. Lila, asleep. I am a bilingual poet, and on occasions I love to write in Irish. This next poem takes us to Glangevlin, County Cavan. It's situated in the Quilca Mountains, and it's a beautiful, magical place with lots of mythology. Swincha fánacha ó Glangevna. Clisham giagánach an bhó an ngé. Fecum cailleach ag crú trí chritar. Gawan le goban stray. Bhealach na bó finna, tá stólín trí cos a garú sa chloch, inacha an loch, a chamadan an spare. Stray thoughts from Glangevlin. I hear on the wind the lowing of a cow for her calf. I see a hag milk into a sieve, a calf lost to his goban. On the pathway of the white cow is a three-legged stool cut in stone beside the lake that holds the sky. The next poem, Ghosts of History, deals with the past and the onus on all writers to deal objectively with the past. Granard is steeped in history, and its shadows are never far away from me. Ghosts of History. Sometimes I feel I can see in the dark, see into the night of things, see into the dark chaos, make my way under the stairs and discover what's there. All the discarded objects of yesterday, old clothes, old Christmas decorations, forgotten toys, unread books. We can read through the long winter nights. We have the stars and the moon to show us the way. But even then, we can't help putting people into categories, into boxes from the past. We all bear guilt of doing so. Historians, teachers, journalists, even the poets. We put school children in boxes, add and subtract them. We put houses into categories, first-class house, second-class houses. Look at the census returns. We invent boxes for everything. We invent boxes for ourselves. For the duration of our entire lives, we all cover our faces with a mask. This is why even the most objective account of a life, a period in history, can only be a fiction, a drama, and one of several possible dramas. The ghosts of history are never far away. The past is continually present. We carry it about with us wherever we go. There are no real borders in history, only slippery lines sliding into yesterday. To conclude, I'd like to read an extract from Diary of a Town. It was first published in 2010 by Salmon Poetry. I'm very grateful to the readers from Granard who performed this poem on stage on a number of occasions. I'd also like to thank Mary Carlton Reynolds, Longford County Council librarian, for inviting me to participate in this great event today. My thanks to Niall also for his filming and editing. And now the extract from Diary of a Town is from the February piece. Jack Taylor, hairy-nostrilled and double-chinned, stands to attention at the butcher's block. Liver, kidneys, steak, strings of sausages, oxtails, cow's tongue, bullock's hearts, lamb shoulder and lamb shank. Chipping and chopping away, skewers and scrapers, saws and cleavers, knives sing on sharpening steel. The bench is streaked in blood, sheets of grease-proof paper to hold one side, sawdust on the floor, 3 sheep hang from meat hooks. There's a poster for a carnival in Mullahorn behind a haunch of beef. Mrs. Keenan, banker's wife, prim and proper, parks her bicycle on the street. Good morning, Jack. 2 jiggered chops. Cut away the fat, please, and bones for the dog. She counts pennies, threepenny bits, tanners, and places them in the maw of his big hand. Jack yawns and dreams of loins and genitals, and 150 naked women running wild outside the Granada ballroom. Don't forget, Tolle, Lege, take up and read. Slongo Fol.